Are you here to change the world? Are you here to have a different perspective about how life looks and how you interact with it? Do you know the rules but really don't care whether they're applicable to you or not, and you know exactly what you need to do to get around them and do the things you need to get done and kind of run a little bit maybe under the radar? If you do any of these things, chances are you are what I call an astrological maverick. Astrological mavericks have to do with individuals who have planets in the same sign or close to the same points as the angles of the chart. The angles include the ascendant, which is the way we see the world and the way the world sees our personal persona, our IC, the way we have our internal family within us or how we are at home, our descendant, which is how we view others and how others view us as far as relationship and engagement and partnerships and such. And then, of course, finally, the midheaven, which has to do with that way that we bring forth our vocation and our career and our work in life that is deeply meaningful for us and deeply meaningful and applicable to the rest of the planet. I wrote a pretty extensive book called Astrological Mavericks. Do you have what it takes to change the world? It's about 1,000 pages. I spent about 12 years doing research on it, and what I consistently found was individuals who have planets in these areas are those of us who are really here to make an impact. The interesting thing about astrological mavericks is people can look at us, I'm one actually, and say, hey, you're kind of full of yourself. You're kind of stuck up, or you do this, or you have really strong opinions. And the truth is, that's right. We do. We have ways of looking at life that are very different. We have an approach and an understanding that is not meant to be done in the ways that people have done things before. So that's why I say, do we have what it takes to change the world? Because what I found over and over and over again was the individuals I researched are those who we look up to in the world for what the changes are. If you look on my Instagram or actually any of my social media sites, you'll be able to see some memes and posts that I make roughly every week covering the sun through each of the signs, through each of the angles, and you'll be able to see, you'll get a little bit of a feel of it. Of course, you can also look up the book on Kindle or Amazon or order it from your local bookstore. And by the way, my name is Michael Bartlett, Master Metaphysical Astrologer, and I believe that Mavericks are really here to make a difference. And the important part about Mavericks is getting that appropriate sort of reflection and having the right people around you so that you're not thinking negatively of yourself and or using those energies in ways that are going to get you in trouble. Because as we know, if you're not following the rules, that's kind of like saying that you don't follow the laws. And that's where we can get in trouble. But if we know how to work with them in the right way, we can get around them and use them for their highest intention as well as for our best good and for others. So it's really not being a bleep disturber, so to speak, but someone who is really here to evolve and make changes happen. What I found throughout my research also was that there were equal representations of individuals who shared their energies in ways that harmed other people as well as those who made benefits. One of my favorite examples is Richard Carpenter of the Carpenters from back in the day, who's a singer, songwriter, and Ted Bundy, who was a serial killer. These two individuals have very similar astrological maverick placements, but very different ways in which they went about affecting the world. But we do still know about them today. So please feel free to check out the book. Feel free to email me at michael@coremichael.com if you have a question whether you have an astrological maverick placement in your chart, or several as some of us do. And I'd be happy to give you that information if you were to include your birth date, your birth time, and your birthplace, and that's free of charge. Just a service I like to help with you other fellow mavericks. Chances are, if you think you are, you probably are. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Please share with your friends. Please like, please comment, please ask me questions. I am here to be of service and look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day. Take care.